Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying. And we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball.
Is this you on this part right here too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Welcome to another episode of Artist to Artist at the AV Club. It's your boy Westside, and I got a special guest with me today.
Sugar Big Arie.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm good. I can't complain. It's a beautiful Sunday.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Rainy, but it's nice.
Yeah, a little on and off. So I like to always start off by asking, where does music start for you?
In church. I started singing in church when I was a very little girl. I found out I could sing. And my mom, they put me in a choir. And after that, I started singing in front of the church. So that's where it started.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how long did you sing in the choir? Like, was that something you kept doing to like your adult years or?
Not to my adult years, but I sang in the choir probably all the way till middle school. Maybe.
Middle school?
Yeah, probably till middle school.
Okay. That's good. All the strongest singers come out from the choir. I noticed that a lot of the people that come on this show that sing, usually that's where it starts for them. Yeah. So let me ask you, like, what made you get to the point where you wanted to shift and do R&B music compared to like maybe, you know, growing up in the gospel and maybe wanting to do gospel music?
I always wanted to do R&B music. I just didn't know how or when, but I just knew I liked to perform. I knew I wanted to be a singer, and I knew I just wanted to do music from the beginning. It was never like one particular thing, but that's where I got my start in church. But I always knew that I wanted to do music.
Okay, so you always knew from the jump you wanted to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was that moment when you did your first song? Like, what was the process of doing your first song?
The first song that I ever did was a song that I did. I was singing like a snippet of it on Snapchat.
Okay.
And I was just playing around, and then everybody kept saying, "Oh, you should do this. You should do this. Or whatever. You should make this a real song." But I was literally just playing around. Mm-hmm. And my friend Parisha, she gave me money.
Shout out to Parisha.
to go to the studio, and she was like, "Go make it a real song. You could sing." She gave me $200, and then I went to the studio, and then I recorded a song.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what's up. That's great when you got that support, someone that see the vision and invested in from the jump.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was your process as far as like finding a studio? Did you already know someone that had a studio, or like how did you find?
Honestly, I just was like calling around. Mm-hmm. And I think one of my homegirls went with me to the studio, and I just went in there and I did it.
Yeah.
And the guys, the engineer that was in there, they were saying it was such a good song, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, this is dope, this and that," and then it just went from there. And then I like at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shy, like a little bit, like because I was worried about what people were gonna think. And believe it or not, like JT from the City Girls, she was like, around that time, she was like really pushing me. Like, this is before they got big too. It was like, it was kind of happening around the same time. She was like, "No, you need to stop being scary. You need to sing. Like, she really was like putting, and then I was like nervous, but she was like, "Put it out." And then I put it out, and then people gravitated towards it, and it just started from there, honestly.
That's what's up. So it sounds like you had a strong support group from the jump. Like when you started, like you you had your friend that pushed you to go in, invested in you, and then you also had a friend that pushed you to make you go out there and put yourself in the forefront, put your music out there. So, because that's a big curveball for a lot of people that just start, that had a talent, but they're so focused on what other people opinions on the music that they're too scared to even put it out.
Yeah, and I definitely learned a lot from like just worrying about what people are gonna think. Like right now, I'm at a place where I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care if 10 people like it. Like I don't care. Like I'm gonna put it out, and it's my art, it's my craft, and you know I put a lot of passion into it, and whoever like it gonna like it. That's just how I see it now, and I'm having fun with it. I'm not thinking too much about it. I think when you think too much about it, that's when it kind of like it don't work out. Like, but when you just have fun, do what you love, I think that's when you get the best results.
That's one of the big lessons learning, as far as like when you starting off, because what end up happening is, especially nowadays, a lot of people are doing based off of what other people are doing, in a sense. Like they may hear something and they'll be afraid to do what their initial ideal is, because in their mind, well, they may not like it. Like they like it, they like the ideal of what they could create, but they'll do something different just because, well, they listen to that. So it'll sound more like that rather than just doing what they love to do.
That's true. Like I honestly, I wholeheartedly feel like I'm in a lane of my own. Like it's not a lot of female singers coming out of Miami. That's number one. And then that, you know, not saying I'm the best singer, but like that sing the way that I sing and, you know, do what I do. I feel like I'm in my own lane. I really don't watch other people because I can't do them better than they do. I can only do me. Like, so I just, you know, just go with what I feel. I write about what I'm going through, and I just really like be myself. Like before, like even when I first started singing, I used to notice like when I first was coming out, I used to try to wear leotards and stuff like Beyonce, because she was the influence. You know, that's what you felt like you were supposed to do as an R&B singer. Like you got to dress like that. You know, that ain't me. I ain't Beyonce. I love her to death, but I could never be. You get what I'm saying? So I just do what I just do me now. Like if I'm watching anybody, I'm watching the biggest, the greatest, and that's Beyonce. I ain't watching my peers, because everybody in the lane they own. I feel like Beyonce is the status quo. Like, so if anything, I'm watching her, but then I had to learn, like, you can't watch Beyonce because Beyonce is Beyonce. Can't nobody do Beyonce like Beyonce. That's right. So like now it's like I just do me. Like if going on stage with some jeans and a t-shirt on, that's what I feel comfortable in. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't trying to be like nobody else, just myself.
I think that's what's winning the most, like the organic, natural side of people, rather than replicating or duplicating something that we've already seen. Like, for example, Beyonce, right? I know a lot of singers that look up to her, and they even mimic her in the sense of how they do some of their deliveries and things of that sort, or how they may dress or do their hair. But the thing is, there's already Beyonce, and nobody's looking for the next Beyonce. They're looking for the next you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it takes you to put yourself in the forefront and focus on just you, honestly. Right. So let me ask you, growing up, I know you started off in the gospel. So were you listening to both R&B and gospel, or was there more that you listened to more growing up?
I listened to both. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my mom, she always liked music a lot, so we used to listen to everything. Like, so I would listen to, you know, Karen Clark Sheard. That's where that was like the first time my mama realized I could sing. Yeah. Cause you know, mimicking her in a car. Then I would listen to, of course, Beyonce, Lauryn Hill. That's my mama played a lot of Erykah Badu. Like, she played a lot of stuff in the car. So, you know, my sister, I had a big sister too. So she was older than me. So she used to play a lot of Destiny's Child and so I was like, it was a lot of different influences there. So, you know, I listened to everybody. Yeah. Aretha Franklin even, like, it was like a lot going on. Like, so I just listened to everybody. And, you know, I just know I like to sing.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you get, like, when it came to your first song, did you write it? Like, what's your process? Do you have a team of writers? Do you write everything yourself? What's your process?
Okay, so what happened with that was, it was really funny. Again, like I was telling you, it was really a joke. And my ex, he had cheated on me. I caught him cheating. So, like, caught him in the act. Oh. And I was so upset and heartbroken, and I just came up with a song. I was on Snapchat. It was a beat, and I was just singing, "You a real fuck boy, real shit eater, low down dirty dog, but a pussy pleaser." But I was really singing.
Yeah.
And people was like, "Who sing that song?" No, ain't nobody sing. That's me. Like it was me. Like most of my things I do write. I write everything mostly. Sometimes if somebody in the studio and we bouncing off each other like that, I haven't really had the opportunity to work with a lot of writers, but I have worked with writers before. But usually it's me.
Okay.
A lot of times it's just me. But I would love to work with other writers and other creatives, but most of the time it's just me and what I'm going through.
That's
a lot of the times it's me and what I'm going through.
I'm
always telling my business.
But that's real though, because people going through stuff, honestly. Like I feel like even with like the female side, when it comes to the music, a lot of times it's more the flashy lifestyle and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But there's a lot of people out here hurting. There's a lot of people that's having issues and problems. They ain't breaking the bank. You know what I'm saying? Having someone breaking the bank on them. They might be the one that's in the forefront paying in the household.
But that's why I'm saying for me, like that's what I'm saying, I'm in the lane of my own. Like I'm thinking about the stuff that I call my supporters, they the heart girls. We the heart girls. Real heart girl shit. Heart girls. Okay? Like in my first EP, it was called Hurt Whole Music because I was thinking about a lot of hurt shit because I went through one bad relationship after the next bad relationship. It was going down. So that's all I had to think about at the moment. And I make girls for the love of girls, for the girls that love and that go through stuff. It's not always about we like nice things too. The hard girls like nice stuff. We wanna we wanna CLB. The boys, they the certified lover boys. We like certified lover boys too. But a lot of times we go through things. So I sing for the girls that love and you get their heart broke sometimes.
That's what's up. That's important. One of my big things is diversity. Needs to be a diversity in music.
Right.
Like understand that there's always gonna be like a genre or a sound that might be big at the time. But I think what tends to happen, like I was saying, like people replicating, they look at what's hot right now and they all tend to run to it rather than, focus on their lane and what they doing and then working until that's at the forefront. Because once that's at the forefront, you on top. You're not trying to battle to get in through the door with 100 other people that's doing what's hot right now.
You know what I think it is? Because it's hard to really break through. And when you want it so bad and you're desperate, it's like, it's easy to look at somebody else like, well, let me do what they doing. And then once I get in, then I'm going to do what I'm doing. But, for me, I want to be legendary. I want to do my own thing. Like, I want to pave the way for, like, the girls like me. Like, I want to do, have my own lane for real. So when you look at that, you be like, oh, that's kind of like a big Arie thing. Or that's I don't want people to look at me and then they're thinking of multiple people, like when they think of this particular thing, when they hear my music, they be like, oh, that sounds like a big Arie song, or that sounds like something big Arie would do. Like that's what I want. I want to pay the way for I want to have my own lane. I'm in my own lane. Like that's what I love about me. I feel like I'm in my own lane. Nobody doing what I'm doing. And if somebody start doing what I'm doing, it's gonna be obvious because I'm doing me. So that's why, I think before, like I could be guilty of it too. Like when you're seeing everybody and you want it so bad and you want to perform and you want to get on the stage, you can kind of look at other people and be like, okay, this is what the people want to hear. But no, some people, it's what people have to realize is billions of people in the world. Yeah. It's billions. Like it's not just what we see. So you got to really do what resonates with you.
That's big.
So when you do what resonates with you, it's something out there for that person, and somebody gonna fuck with it.
Okay, so I want to ask you, what are some artists that you've worked with, like in your journey so far, that you can highlight as far as like artists that I know you say JT, but like what are some other artists also that you worked with?
I really haven't got a chance to work with them like in the studio, but we do have a song together, me, the City Girls, Trina. Okay. That was a song that was put together that was out. I really worked with everybody in Miami, like Ball Greasy, Kiddo Marv.
Shout out to them.
In Atlanta, I work with Akbar. We have a song.
Oh, okay. Shout out to
who else? I hope I'm not forgetting nobody,
but you making your rounds.
I am. I thought that was really important to me to just work with some of the, the names in my city first. Yeah. And you know, and I do want to work with other people too. Like, I can't wait to work with more people and collaborate with more artists.
Mm-hmm. So what's your process when it comes to working with another artist? Is it like, what are the things that you look for when it comes collaborating? Like, what's important to you?
I think for me, with collaborating, I have to, number one, like the song. That's number one. And I think the best songs come out like when we're in the studio at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, and we, you know, bouncing ideas off of one another, and then, you know, we just creating together. I think that's when you get the best results. So yeah, I like that process too. But sometimes if they send the track over and you do your part, you know, if you really like the song, that's cool too. But my favorite is to be in the studio with that artist and, you know, bounce off one another and go from there. So
would you say you mostly write in studio, or would you say like you write before getting there and then you just lay it down while you're there, like that?
I really don't write anything.
Okay, so you
go in there and I'm punching in. And I don't even know if that's a good thing for a singer. I don't know. But
I've never heard that for a singer, so you're the first. You're the first.
And anybody that's been in the studio, they can attest to that. Like, I really don't write nothing. I'm really like a person that I want to be very involved in the creative process. Like, even when the beats is being made and everything, like, I want to feel something. So when I'm feeling something, then I just go in the booth and I'm like, oh, I hear this. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this, and then I just go from there. And then I just, you know, lay down some melodies, or sometimes I lay down the melody first. Sometimes I just start singing. It all depends on what the mood is and what the vibe is.
Okay, so do you have like a studio producer that makes the beat at that time, or you just go through beats, listening to it while you're in the studio and you pick one?
When I did Her Home Music, me and that producer, we did, you know, kind of collaborating and, you know, bounce ideas off of each other, and he'll start a melody and we'll go from there. Then I've had it's all different. Sometimes I've had I come to the studio and the producer already got some beats and we go through and then we go from there. It all depends.
Okay. And let me ask you, when it comes to like making a project and putting it together, right? Is it big for you to work with a specific art producer so you can get like a certain relationship with them on sounds for the project? Or do you just, you know, pick what you like and then in the end you kind of like just see what sounds good going through a project?
I don't have to work with one particular person. I just feel like whatever's cohesive, like whatever songs that just go with the project, I think that's when you're gonna get the best product. So it all depends. It could be multiple producers, one, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just whatever. I want the best product. That's all that matters to me. It don't have to be one person. If it requires multiple producers, then that's what it requires. But if it doesn't, then, you know, whatever.
Okay. And with like when you record, right, do you ever go back and like redo some, or would you, like when you say it's done, they mixed it, they done bounced it out and it sent it to you? Is that the final version?
I'm actually a little crazy.
Okay.
So sometimes I do. Like, I'm always listening. Like, I listen to it over and over and over. And then I always don't like something. I always want to go back and do something. I always like in a studio, I'm like really kind of a perfectionist. And it's like, it gets annoying. And sometimes I'm getting more in the mode where you just be comfortable with it. Like, be confident in what you done. And don't worry about like you're just too worried about the critics. Like, whoever's gonna like it is gonna like it. Whoever's not gonna like it is not gonna like it. So for me, I have to stop being like that. But I am guilty of like being like my biggest critic and like always wanting to go back and fix something, and then somebody has to tell me, "Girl, it's fine like that. Leave it alone." Yeah. Then I'm listening to it. I'm like, "Oh, I should have did this." But you know, I'm learning to be more confident with what I put out and just, you know, enjoy it and just let people enjoy it too.
I've experienced that though. I've made music where I sit back and I listen to it, and it's one thing I probably heard in the studio and I probably let it slide. I'm like, all right, you know, it ain't that big of a deal. And then I go back and I listen to it, and every time that part come on, I hear and I'm like, damn, I should have just added that, or I should have just tweaked this or changed that. So it's a process. Like, honestly, there's songs where if it's that big of an issue where it plays on me, I probably won't put it out. I'll probably just put it to the side and say, you know what? Something new.
And that could be your biggest song. You never know.
That's the crazy part.
And then the thing that you don't like about it could be people's favorite part.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to get out your own head, you know, about it. But it is what it is.
That's real right there. Like, there's a couple of songs that I really like that I found out, you know, as time go and the artists tell their stories about their journey, that they'll say, oh, yeah, I wasn't even going to put that song out. One of my friends leaked it. or
even fell out, right? The song fell out. The rap part, there was so many people. It was like, don't like the rapping part, love the rapping part. It was so much like, should you do the rapping part? Should you not do the rapping part?
Yeah.
Like Trick Daddy was like, I hate that rapping part.
For real?
And then I was in LA with one of my friends. Her name is Zoe, and she helped me out with a lot of things. And she played in the studio with Waka Flocka, and he loved the rapping part.
Yeah, see?
So you get what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know. And then I go out and perform it, and the girls like,
they going with you,
with the rapping part. So it's like, and then she was kind of like, I don't know, do you like the rapping part? And then the producer who produced me, he like, Big D, he like, lead the rapping part.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you never know. You just got to let the people, because a lot of people, they say that's their favorite part. Like when people are like recording on Instagram, they doing the rapping part.
The rapping part.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm just going to, let the fans and the supporters choose what they like.
And that's real, because I feel like it's good to take criticism from people, especially the people that notoriety, they've been around the block, they've been doing this. But I feel like you got to be careful with how you take it, because, Trick may say he don't like it, but the world might love it.
Right.
So, I mean, is he wrong for saying he don't like it? No, because that's his opinion.
No, that's his. I mean, I think he trying to, he want the record to sound the best it could sound, but then again, it ain't for everybody. It ain't for niggas. That's what I will tell you. It's for, I mean, if you a nigga and you like it, then that's cool. But it's for the girls and the guys. They got something to say. It's for us.
I did an interview with another singer, and one of her songs that she made, it was kind of like a breaking up song. And she was like, oh, I'm surprised you like that song. And I told her, I was like, well, you got to think about it. If you're a black male and you grew up with your mama, right? Some of your first experience of hearing music is through your mama.
True.
So if she going through heartache, or she going through something, and she get in the car and put on some Fantasia, or send some Lauryn Hill or some Beyonce, and it's some broken heart music, you like it too. It ain't even on a well, I'm a man and she talking about a man, so I can't like it.
Right.
Good music is good music.
Good music is good music.
Yeah, it's gonna hit where it's gonna hit.
I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, because I had this question in my head while I was driving, listening to your music. Like, what is your top 3? Like, if you had to pick from different artists, right? Like how you named your project Hurt Whole Music. What would be like 3 songs from any artist that you would say like up there when it comes to like that Hurt Whole Music? You ain't got necessarily be Hurt Whole Music, but it could be a broken hearted song or something that's expressing itself from a breakup. I'll make it easy for you. I'm gonna give you my 3.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna give you my 3. So my 3 is gonna be Lauryn Hill, X Factor.
I was just about to say that.
So
I was about to say Lauryn Hill, X Factor. That's one.
So 1, Lauryn Hill, X Factor. I would say Fantasia. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Okay.
Like that. That's another one. And if I had to pick a 3rd one, I'd probably say Monica. You make me feel I'm so gone.
Oh, So Gone?
Yeah, so those are the 3. And I picked that, So Gone, because I think it was the hurricane time when the power went off and it was down for like a week. And they played the hell out of that song. Yeah. Like that. And I think it was Ray J, One Wish, and then it was a song that Trina had, I think, with, I don't know if it was Kelly Rowland or, those songs were just on rotation on the radio. So them songs just, they resonate with me.
So broken hearted songs, we're going to go Lauryn Hill, X Factor for sure.
Okay.
We're going to do Beyonce, Resentment for sure. And then we're going to go... Jasmine Sullivan, I Need You Bad.
Oh, that's a classic. Yeah. Jasmine is talented. I don't know if it's kind of weird, because like at one point I remember hearing her and then she kind of disappeared for a minute and then she came back and I was just like, God damn, she came back even better than
yeah. Because you can't, that's undeniable talent. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And she got it. It's just what it is.
And I found out she's a songwriter. So that was another thing too. So I was like, oh, okay, so that makes a lot of sense. You could disappear, still make your bag, because if you songwriting, you could be penning for somebody else, and then it's like, all right, I'm ready to be back in the forefront. So boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You pen something for yourself. So what's some projects or works or songs that you got on the way? What is some stuff that you're working on?
Right now, I'm really pushing fell out. Like, that's my focus, like, to push my song, because, again, I'm guilty of, like, you know, before, if it wasn't getting the feedback that I wanted at the beginning, it's like, okay, forget it.
Yeah.
And I learned, like, you can't do that. Like, you have to, you know, put it in their face. Make sure that people hear it. Like, just because you feel like people ain't see that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody see that. Like, you got to keep working your songs. Keep working your song. You know, of course, I'm, you know, going to be in the studio and record and follow up music, you know, but right now, I'm pushing fell out. That's my thing. Like, I mean, I'm being like the most vulnerable I've ever been. Like, I don't care. Like, you heard this song yet? Like, oh, if I see somebody put a tweet on Instagram talk about some heartbreak, girl, listen to this.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna
you know,
get to you.
I ain't even worrying about like how nobody feel. Like, cause before, as an artist, I used to feel so embarrassing, like pushing my music. Like, I'm trying to listen to my mixtape. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, listen to my mixtape. It felt like that. But it's like, no, you really have to put it in people's face, because people got the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
it's like, you got to put it in their face. I know it's a great song. I know that it hasn't gotten the, you know, proper marketing, or, you know, because I'm an independent artist. It hasn't gotten the push that it deserves. So I got to do my due diligence and make sure that I'm pushing it and making sure that I'm sending it to every DJ. I'm performing it everywhere I can perform it. That's what my main, you know, thing is right now. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's real. I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of artists is kind of like strayed away from, because of the fact that we on this social media era. So it's like content, everything's content.
Right.
So a lot of times they have a tendency of feeling like they gotta keep putting out music. Oh, I gotta put a song out every 2 weeks or a month. So when you do that, you don't really give yourself time to market.
You don't get a song a fair chance.
Yeah, and you never know which one is the one, because it may not be the one when you first drop it. It may be the one 3 months from now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when there's plenty of songs. I think LMA Boot Up is one of them songs that it took time. I don't know if it was a year or how long exactly, but it didn't take off right away. Right. It took time working the song, you know, and then boom, it takes off. And even the big labels, they put a lot of time, money, and effort into marketing those lead singles. So you got to take in consideration, you looking for the same attention that these other major artists are looking for. So you can't just automatically abandon a song just because, you know, oh, you dropped it last week, and now it's like, okay, I'm dropping a song next week. I'm just gonna focus on that song now.
If Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi, Nicki, all these people have to market their music, why you feel like you don't?
Exactly.
They're bigger than big already, and they still put marketing into their music. Gag City and all these, they still do those things. So it's like, you still have to do the same thing. Like, people don't realize that. It's like, we looking for, you know, like a overnight success thing, you know, like something quick, and it ain't like that. That's unrealistic, and you gotta really, like, you know, put your all into it.
That's
put your
true.
music in the forefront.
I think it's because of the social media era. So we see like someone go viral, and it's like, oh my God, they so big now because they dropped this one song, but you don't even know when that song dropped. Right. Like, you just know it from
when the
reel.
You just saw that video. You just saw that.
You saw that reel.
Yeah.
And I started noticing this the other day because I had found this one dude from the Bay Area. He made this song. It's a hyphy song, but it's lo-fi, and he clashed it together. And I seen the video, and it's like him in a tree, and he's dancing to his own song. I'm like, okay, cool. I played it in the car a couple times, and then I'm like, because I like to know and understand the process of why a song works, why it gets to the point where it got to me. He's across the country.
There's definitely a method to the badness, though. That's what people don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So once I had looked into it, and I realized, like, oh, he's been marketing this for a minute. Like, he got plenty of videos with this same song.
It's just that particular video
with this one I saw. And when I saw it, and it came, for me, it was brand new. To me, it dropped that day. Right. But that song dropped.
Been out. Yeah. So prepare to be sick of me. I'm going to keep making reels. I'm going to keep talking about my music. I'm going to keep posting the link. Like, you know, prepare to be sick of me.
Got to.
That's just what it is.
Got to. So let me ask you, before I have you finish this one out, I want to ask you, because in the process of being an artist, we all go through things, right? And we have ups and downs. And I will always like to know, like, what are some of the things that in your process or journey of doing music that you felt like was a struggle time for you, like something that you had to overcome? I know one of the things you were saying, like, just overthinking being one of those, but is there also another thing that you may have experienced in your process of creating music?
I feel like one of the things was not really knowing the business. That's one. There's a couple of things. Not really knowing the business and, trusting people and listening to people and learning that the music business is the music business. And, everybody not honest with you. People are greedy. People are liars. And, people, they could say they want the best for you and they really don't.
That's right.
And, it was getting to a point where I couldn't even focus on the music and being creative because I had to be so involved with the business part and, getting committed to, labels and different stuff like that. That was hard. That was really hard. It's really stressful. Trying to, balance the relationship and music. That was very hard.
That's a big one.
That was, something I felt like really hindered my career. And then you have to make a choice if your partner isn't necessarily supportive of what you're trying to do. I feel like that was one thing. Also just getting out of my own way. Like sometimes I believe that it was like one point I was just like probably getting in my own way. And then, you just gotta kind of really sit back and reset, like, and just let go of anything that was like hindering you at the time and really just focus on what's important and, just go forward. Like, I feel like those are some things that really stunted my growth when it comes to my music career.
Yeah.
'Cause I people always tell me like, oh, you should have been way further off. I thought you would have been blown by now. Like, I just don't understand. But I understand now that everything is in God's timing and it's all, divine timing. Like it's all happening at the right time.
Yeah.
So, whereas the people feel like I should have been somewhere else, I feel like, nah, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. I
ain't in no rush. Like, we're going to give it time. We're going to do it the right way. And, everybody not meant to go with you where you going, So that's what I've learned. And that's where I'm at right now in my life. And I feel like since I've been through those things, I feel like all of those things have prepared me for the time now. And I feel like it's the best I've ever been. And I'm excited and I'm happy. And I feel like it's going to happen for me. Like, it's only a matter of time. Like, somebody ever say, it's only a matter of time. Don't worry about that. We ain't focused on that. It's a matter of time.
That's right.
So, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going to be. I know I'm going to be at the BET Awards real soon, probably next year. I know I'm going to be on red carpets. I know I'm going to be getting my Grammy. I know the people that didn't never want to acknowledge me are going to acknowledge me. I know that all the radio stations that never wanted to play my music going to play my music. All the DJs that didn't want to play me, they're going to eventually have to play me. And, that's where I'm at with it. And I just know that it's all in a matter of time.
I love all the points that you shine light on because those are all real things, things that people don't necessarily put in the forefront to let people know, like, hey, I may be in a relationship that may be combating with my creative process or creating, right? Or the business side. A lot of people don't understand being an independent means you wear every single hat. For, like, let's say, like a signed artist, they got a team, a big team, everybody got a different hat. All they got to do is go in the studio, make music, and they go and do whatever else they want. But as an independent, yeah, it's more rewarding, but it's also more work also.
Right.
And then just because of social media, you may see a lot of people that get the buzz off of a reel. That takes time. You don't look back at how many reels they probably dropped before that one took off.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might have been dropping a reel a day. That might be their pattern of consistency to get to that point. That's the key
to all this is consistency.
Yeah.
Because one thing for sure, if you stop, it's not going to happen. But
exactly.
if you keep going, you it's probably always it might. Eventually it will.
Yeah.
But so all this is just a consistency thing. That's it.
That's real.
How bad you want it.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, and you never know when that time is going to happen.
It's when you least expect it.
That, and I also feel like when it don't happen right away, understand that there's work to be done. Because when it's time, it's time. Right. It ain't no time to get ready. It's time. So get ready while you have that time so you don't have to. You stay ready so you never have to get ready is what I'll say. You know what I mean?
And then when you go through so much, like I've been through some really, really dark things, like trying to do music and just in general, just in life, like some really, really dark things. Like, honestly, like when you finally get to where you're supposed to be and it makes you appreciate it much more. You really gonna appreciate it more. You're gonna really just take the time and just enjoy it, and just make sure you never let it go.
Yeah,
you're not gonna take it for granted. You're not gonna just be like, I'm here and then whatever. Like, no. Probably back then, if I would have blew up back then, I probably would have felt like, whatever, it's whatever. This, because I went through so much and I'm still going through things. I'm still just getting started as far as I'm concerned. Once it get here, I'm gonna appreciate it so much more.
Even the business side that you were saying. So you can imagine if you would have took off from, like, let's say like your first song.
Right.
And you don't know none of the business, right? When that song takes off, everybody looking and calling. Like, hey, we trying to, let's work, let's lock in this deal. And if you don't know the business, you could easily sign the wrong deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And keep in mind, you have the leverage because you are the one that gained the success prior to a label deal.
Right.
Rather than you getting on the label and they build your success, in which now they kind of dictate, okay, well, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? The ones that took off prior to a deal even coming, those are the ones that was able to say, nah, I want this percentage. I want this. I want this in my contract. Compared to the ones that got the big record, they signed, and now you heard that one song, and they probably dropped one more after that, and then it's kind of like, all right, they've been quiet for a while. Like, what's going on? And you don't know behind the scenes, they fighting with their label to trying to, get certain things.
Tell me about it.
You know what I mean? To be able to put their music out.
Tell me about it.
So it's like nothing worse than being in a position where you have the resources, but you can't even put nothing out.
Yep, and it ain't even about nothing. About egos, about people just mad, people scared you're gonna leave. It's just all weird.
Yeah.
It's just
that's real.
It's a lot. It just be a lot. People be like, why you ain't dropping? I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like literally more going on than what you know.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and it's like I hate that people have to go through that. So I'm definitely gonna always, whenever the bigger my platform gets, I'm gonna always, tell people and encourage people to like learn the business. Just learn the business. Don't trust everything somebody say. Don't always feel like everybody got the best, want the best for you, because at the end of the day, this is the music business, and everybody is really looking for something to benefit themselves. It's a few people that want to see you win, but not everybody. This is a crazy, business to be in if you wanna do it. Be prepared. Pray. Get your, get prayed up, because there's a lot of crazy people out here.
Yeah, and you gotta have the people that's next to you that really support you for you. Like, for example, you say you had your friend that supported you, invested in you, seen the vision, and you had a friend that pushed you to put yourself out in the forefront, not to be shy based off of what you thought of your music, right? So it's good to have them people around you, because when those other people are coming around because of the success that you're gaining from your hard work and ethic and consistency, you're going to need someone to say, nah, that's not the right thing to do. Or, you know what I mean? Because they'll be able to look at it from a different angle. Right. You get what I'm saying? And it's good to have people like that. When you start to, and I see that, some people gain the success, and now it's like a whole different group of people around them. And if they didn't do their due diligence in picking each one of those people that surround them, you could be in a position where they're steering you the wrong way. I'm gonna be honest with
you. When I first was coming out or whatever, it looked like at that moment, it looked like I was next. It looked like it was happening. And when I tell you, I had so many friends.
Yeah.
I had so many friends. Like, everybody wanted to be my friend. People were arguing about they felt left out and this and that. You would have thought, like, I had signed $1 million deal the way people was acting.
Yeah.
And, it was just like a matter of time when things started to get rocky and people thought, oh, yeah, it ain't happening for her. Everybody was gone. Like, literally, everybody, them people scattered like roaches, okay? Yeah. And it's to the point now, like, it's just me. It's just really my, my day one people with me. Like, I'm telling you, people, when they thought it was happening, they was there.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't happening, it make you be like, dang, like, huh?
Yeah, you get confused.
And then you just got to know that that's how people are. That's just how people are, and you got to be able to have a spirit of discernment and realize, like, who really for you and who not for you. And I'm happy it happened that way, because now this time around I don't got a whole bunch of people around me no more. I don't. It's a few, like literally a handful of people, and They was with me whether they felt like I was going up or going down.
And that's important.
And that's what it was. And it was people that was around me making sure, like, hating low key, like, but they smile like, yeah. Then low key, like, no, I don't want her to blow. Like, damn. Like, you know, it was a lot. Like, and that was hurtful to see. That was very hurtful.
It's crazy how people do have the mindset of feeling like they don't want to get left behind, right? So, like, when you walk this path that you walking and you're able to create from your mind things that's opening up opportunities for you to meet people, put yourself in a different situation in life, right? And then you got the group of friends. And if you're not going for nothing in life, I mean, that's your choice. You know what I mean? You may have a talent and you're ignoring it, not necessarily saying it's music. It may be something as far as creative-wise and just designing things or, you know what I'm saying, or starting your own business or whatever. It's understandable. But some people tend to feel like, I don't want to get left behind, so I'll fake it to get in. You know what I mean? I'll pretend like, oh, no, I always believed in you. And the whole time, they don't. So it's like, it's important to keep the real ones.
They know your potential. They believe in you. Yeah. They know, but it's kind of like, I don't really fuck with you. Like,
yeah, but I'll fake it.
But I fake it to get what I want, get what I want out of this situation.
Yeah. And
really, literally, me, how I felt, I wanted everybody around me. Like I wanted everybody to like have fun. Like, what's fun? What is the fun in just making it and just being by yourself? There's no fun in that. And I wanted these people around me. I wanted, the friendships. I wanted to be on private jets with my friends and my homegirls and my day ones. Like, this is what we always talked about it. I wanted that stuff. And then, God had to show me, like, you think you want that, but that ain't really what you want. Yeah, so I had to learn. And everybody ain't for you. What you think, people that you think for you, they not.
That's for real. And I would say, like, even like with that first experience that you had, that could be God showing you, like, hey, this for you. But everybody sit back right now. You know what I'm saying? You got too much baggage with you.
You got too much dip on your chip, daughter.
You got to shed some of that off.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, it was literally like I was everything that I was doing. I'm like, hey, y'all, come on, let's go. We doing this. Oh, this person, you going to be my this person, and you going to be my this person, and we going to do this together. I was literally like trying to
orchestrate the whole thing.
Like, my vision for it was so big. Like, okay, I could just have everybody. That wasn't it. Yeah. So, then I had to learn, like, just worry about you. Worry about yourself. Like, you can't be trying to worry about everybody else and what's going to benefit them, because everybody ain't worried about you like you think they are. Yeah. They just worry about what they can get out of the situation. And I had to learn that the hard way. Yeah, I've been hurt a lot. So when I say hurt hoe music, it just literally be like a lot of hurt hoe shit.
You gotta put me on them songs that you did with talking about that right there. And if it ain't out just yet, that gotta be on
about it. There's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of crazy situations. Yeah. So, I was a hurt hoe for a minute, but right now I'm a recovered hurt hoe. I ain't hurt no more. Like I left those days alone. Like, I ain't hurt no more. I'm in a great space in my life right now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to the next project that you got going on. I love the song.
Thank you.
I listened to the project also, but that one stuck out to me the most. I had to keep going back to that one.
Okay.
So, where can they find you? Where can they find you?
I'm on all social media platforms. Everything. Okay. I am Big Arie. Facebook is Arie the Artist. Twitter, I am Big Arie. TikTok, Big Arie. YouTube, Big Arie.
Okay.
iTunes, Big Arie. Everything Big Arie.
And make sure y'all hit that notification bell also, so whenever she drop, you get an update straight to your phone. You just hit that link, boom, you right, just pulling up. Go ahead and like the song. Go ahead and share it for the friend that you be holding out music. Go ahead and bless them with a new song.
Share it, send it to your ex. Be like, listen to this. This is how I feel.
Yeah, this is how I feel. Real quick, let them know. Let them know. And follow the A2A.podcast on all platforms. We're located on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. TikTok also.
Definitely.
All right. And follow the AV Club Studios if you have any interest on starting your own podcast or creating. If you need a producer, we got 4K cameras, great lighting. Hit us up.